Hello everyone, welcome to our final lesson for Decimals 1. In today's lesson, we're going to look at converting fractions to decimals and from decimals back to fractions. Now please note, at the end of today's lesson, you should be able to convert a fraction whose denominator is a factor of 10 or 100 to a decimal. So we are not covering fractions whose denominators are not factors of tens or hundreds. Okay, so take note, only factors of tens or hundreds, we will be talking about that. So now just to quickly recap, these are what you know already. 1 over 10 is 0.1, 1 out of 100 is 0.01, and 1 over 1000 is 0.001. So these are things you should know already. And then we're going to move on to look at how we convert fractions to decimals. Now let's take a look at this. Express the fraction 1 over 5 as a decimal. I'm going to start by using the pictorial method. I'm going to show you a picture. Now if I have 1 out of 5, so this is 1 out of 5, okay, against 1 whole. Now but you know that decimals, we always talk in terms of tenths or hundreds. Okay, so we are talking in terms of dividing the whole into 10 or 100. So if I want to divide the whole into 10 this time round, so 1 out of 5 will actually be this. So I'm going to shade 1 out of 5, which is actually, so this that I've shaded is actually 2 over 10. So I've actually discovered that 1 out of 5 is equal to 2 over 10. And 2 over 10, you know, it's actually 0.2. Now I want you to notice, how did I get from 5 to 10? Yeah, that's right. So if you notice, 5 to 10, I multiply by 2. And so if I multiply by 2 at the bottom, I must multiply by 2 at the top, at the numerator. And that's how I get 2 out of 10. And that will give me 0.2. So 1 over 5 as a decimal is 0.2. So let's look at the next question. Let's try to express 1 over 4 as a decimal. So let me try that same method. So 1 over 4, I will have to convert this to either 10 or 100. Now I can't convert it to 10, so I'm going to try to convert it to 100. So 4 times 25 will give me 100. So if I multiply at the denominator, I need to multiply at the numerator. Okay, so this is what we've learned about equivalent fractions, remember. So this is 25 over 100, and this will give me 0.25. Alright, so let's use the picture to help confirm what we've known. So if this is 1/4, I will now have to divide this into 10 pieces. Okay, if I divide this into 10 pieces, this is actually 2 and a half. So it's 2/10, so it's actually 0.2, and half of a tenth is 0.05. So that's how I get to 0.25. Okay, so the picture confirms what I have worked out. Now let's look at this question. Notice this is an improper fraction. So 5 over 4. So now I want you to express 5 over 4 as a decimal. So there are actually two methods of doing it. So I'm going to divide the screen into two. I'm going to show you both methods. Now the first method is the same, okay, as what we have done before. So 5 over 4, I will just convert it straight away. So 4, I know it will become 100. So this will be, now 5 times 25, if you work it out, I'm going to do it quickly, alright, because I don't want to waste time. It will be actually 125 over 100. And so 125 over 100 is actually 1.25. Okay, so this is your answer. Now there's another way of doing it, so I'm going to use a different color and show it to you. So 5, oops, okay, right, now 5 over 4, okay, is actually 4 over 4 plus 1 over 4. Am I right? That will give me 5 over 4. And you know that 4 over 4 is actually 1. 1 over 4, we've worked it out before in the previous example, is actually 0.25. And so my total will now be 1.25. So exactly the same answer as before. So two different methods, but same answer. Now if I have to express a mixed number, so now in this example I have a mixed number as a decimal. Same method, whole number I leave it alone, because this whole number will be 3 point something. I'm now going to convert only my fraction to decimal. Now 2, I know that if I times 5, that will give me 10. So 2 is actually 5 over 10, which is actually 0.5. So this plus the 3, I actually get 3.5. So 3.5 is equal to 3.5. Okay, so it's actually quite simple. Now we want to now convert a decimal into a fraction. Previously we looked at how we converted fraction to a decimal. So let's use a picture to help us. This is 0.8, 0.8. And if I look carefully, I can actually regroup this. Now because I want simplest form, so I'm going to regroup this into groups of 2's. And so now I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. And out of the 5 groups, 4 of them are shaded. So all I get is actually 4 out of 5. So 0.8 is equal to 4 over 5. But let's look at how we work it out. Okay, so if I have 0.8, now because this is a 1 decimal place, so I know that it will be 8 out of 10, because it's 1 decimal place. 8 out of 10 I can actually simplify by dividing top and bottom by 2, and that will give me 4 over 5. And so this is my answer. 0.8 as a fraction is 4 out of 5. So let's try this together. Again, I need you to copy down the question. Express 3 out of 5 as a decimal. So let's work it out. 3 out of 5. I need to convert this to either a 10 or a 100. So 5 times 2 will give me 10. So I will multiply both numerator and denominator by the same number. So that will give me 6 out of 10. And 6 out of 10, jump by 1 place, it's 0.6. So 3.5 as a decimal is 0.6. Next question, question 2. Express 9, 1 over 4 as a decimal. Again, you need to copy down. Like I said, you can pause the video anytime if you need to catch up, or if you need to rewind and rewatch. So the whole number, 9, will be left alone. So I need to convert my 1 over 4 first. So let me quickly convert 1 over 4 into decimal. So 1 over 4, as we have explored before, I can multiply by 25 to get 100. Okay? So this will be 25 over 100, and this will be 0.25. So plus the 9th whole, so I have 9.25. So 9 and 1 over 4 is equal to 9.25. Finally, express 5.2 as a fraction in its simplest form. So 5.2, if I convert this to a fraction, the 5 whole will remain. 0.2 is actually 2 over 10. But I know this is not simplest because I can divide both numerator and denominator by 2. So that will give me 5 and 1 over 5. So now this is quite simple. So always remember, take out the whole number first. Don't complicate your working your solution. Take out the whole number, convert only the decimals. Then you add them back in again. Okay? So now you're going to do this on your own. Express 9 over 20 as a decimal. Pause the video and then continue watching the video for the solution. You can pause the video now. Okay, welcome back. So let's take a look. 9 over 20. I want to express it as a decimal. 20, I can't convert it to 10. I can only convert it to 100 by multiplying by 5. So 9 times 5 will give me 45. 20 times 5 will give me 100. So 2 decimal places, jump by 2 places. So that will give me 0.45. So 45 over 100 is the same as 0.45. So 9 over 20 is equal to 0.45. Did you get it correct? Question 2. Express 8 over 20 as a decimal. Pause the video now to try it on your own. Okay, so let's take a look at how we are going to do this. Going to use green this time around. 8 over 20. is equal to what as a decimal? The 1 will remain as it is. Let's convert the 8 over 20 first. So 8 over 20, I'm going to do this here, times 5 will give me 100. So I multiply by 5 at the top as well. So this will be 40 over 100, and that will be equal to 0.4. Okay, again, the 0 at the back you can omit. So remember, I have a 1 here, and it will be 1 point something, and that point something will be 1.4. So 8 over 20 is equal to 1.4. Can? Finally, question 3. Express 2.45 as a fraction in its simplest form. Try this on your own now. Okay, welcome back. Let's see. Now we're going to use purple. Okay, 2.45. Again, the 2 whole will remain. So I'm going to convert 0.45 into a fraction first. 0.45, it's 45 over 100 because it's 2 decimal places. So over 100. Now I can simplify this. Divide by 5 first. Divide by 5. So 45 divided by 5 is actually 9. 100 divided by 5 is 20. Can I reduce this anymore? I don't think so. So let's work out the answer. So 2.45 is equal to 2 whole remains as it is, and the fraction, sorry, not decimal, the fraction will be 9 over 20. Okay. So since the question did not specify whether we have to leave it as mixed or improper, we can leave it as mixed, but it has to be in this simplest form. Right? Okay. Right, we have come to the end of today's lesson. I hope you had fun. I hope you are able to convert fractions whose denominators are factors of tens or hundreds to a decimal and back again. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to put in the Google form or come back to class and ask. See you next time.